case you're just joining us, well, you probably are because we just started. Aaron Judge is staying with the Yankees.
What?
Yes, there was a report yesterday by John Heyman, who's a longtime baseball writer, and he had Aaron Judge, or as he put, Arson Judge, going to the Giants. I think there was also speculation Carlos Correa could end up with the Giants as well. They may whiff on both of those, but right now, Aaron Judge has agreed to a 9-year, $360 million contract, and he'll probably get to wear the letter C. He gets to be the captain as well. I like how that was an enticement. You know, if he comes back, we're going to let him be the captain. Wow. Okay. Well, there's only one El Capitan, and that's Derek Jeter. But Aaron Judge is going to stay with the Yankees 9 years, $360 million. Yes, Paulie?
I got a question kind of for the room because this is, last night there was a couple hours where it felt like Judge was going to the San Francisco Giants. It was reported, then it was backtracked. But the report was that the offer to Judge from the Giants was 9 years, $360, and it appears that the deal with the Yankees was 9 years and $360. The report for months was he wanted to go home, play baseball back home. Do you think that the concept of leaving the Yankees was the tipping point? Or was it? Do you think it was just money and somehow?
I don't know. I don't know, Judge. But if there's a couple of things that I thought that might tip the scales towards the Giants, because the Yankees basically said to Aaron Judge, "All right, we're going to lowball you. Let's see if you can produce in the last year of this contract." Okay, he did exactly that. Then the contract was leaked to the media by somebody with the Yankees, and Judge did not like that. And I thought, okay, maybe he's like, all right, let me get out of here. Let me go back home. Let me go to the Giants. Now, would I sign him to a 9-year, $360 million deal? No. Because if you're the Yankees and you had doubts prior to this season, he's not going to replicate this season ever again. He's just not. But you were banking on him not putting up these numbers. Now you're going to bank on him putting up these numbers for the next 9 years? Maybe the next 5 years you get great numbers. I still look at the after 30 contract and I look at Albert Pujols. Slugger, Judge a better athlete, but still, anybody who is that size going to break down, and it feels like your swing will slow down. You have more holes in your swing. Tell me when it works out, when somebody gets a 9 or 10 year deal. Long term, it just doesn't work out. You wanted to keep him. You're the Yankees, the pride of keeping Aaron Judge after the greatest or one of the greatest seasons of all time. I get it. I understand that. And the Giants have that 4 or 5 year run, and then they dip, and then they'll have a 3 or 4 year run, and then they'll dip. They needed Aaron Judge. They needed a face to this franchise, and that's a whiff on their part. If it came down to we offered the same as the Yankees, and he didn't want to go back home, I think that's overrated when you go back home because you're on the road all the time. Are you really back home? You can go back home in the offseason if you want, but Aaron Judge is staying with the Yankees. Yes, Marv.
And I think that we would probably forget about Aaron Judge if he went to the Giants. If the Giants were just middle of the road team, almost like Robinson Cano when he went to Seattle, we forgot about him completely, no matter how good somebody is.
Yeah. Well, I did say that when Robinson Cano, went to the Mariners. They said, say goodbye to Robinson Cano. You won't hear from him again unless he tests positive, which he did. And, that was about it. Yeah, Paulie.
It's interesting because the last decade, 12 years, has been better for the Giants than it has the Yankees. The Yankees make the playoffs more often than the Giants, but the Giants won 3 World Series. It's a while back now in a 5-year stretch.
Yeah.
So the Yankees it's been a long time.
In case you're wondering, what would that impact have on the Yankees to win the World Series? I have the updated DraftKings odds. Astros, the favorites, followed closely by the Dodgers, then the Mets. But now it's been updated from the Yankees were 4th. Now they're 3rd. Their odds are slightly better than the Mets. So Aaron Judge staying with them puts them at plus 900. The Mets are plus 950. Braves are in there at plus 1,000, but the Astros at plus 550 are your favorites going into next season. All right, Seton, we got a play of the day. All right, we got a poll question. We do have a play of the day, stat of the day, and the poll question is what?
Well, we could go. You're just talking about Aaron Judge. We could go with how many World Series MVPs will Aaron Judge win in the next 9 years?
Wow. Wow.
That is snarky.
I'm not sure what you guys are implying.
Okay. I'm going to go 0.
Yeah, that's the first option.
Yeah,
0.
I'm going to go 0.
It feels like Aaron Judge is getting a little bit of this like Derek Jeter all-time great treatment when he hasn't really done anything for the Yankees.
No. But
I don't understand that.
But he had one of the greatest seasons of all time. That's what I keep hearing. Man, that might be the greatest offensive season of all time. Like, okay, that's great. But if the Yankees thought that he was capable of this, then they wouldn't have lowballed him prior to the start of last season. You would have said, you know what? We believe in you. You're worth this. They didn't. They were basically betting on him not being, this MVP candidate.
Doing what he did.
Yes. Yeah.
Which wasn't a bad bet to take.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden you're fumbling all over yourself to give Aaron Judge 9 years at $360 million, which is the third biggest contract in baseball history. I would not be betting on Aaron Judge.
That's what the fee stands for on his chest contract.
Yes, Paul.
I love that voice. The past 4 years, Aaron Judge, before the 62 homer season this year, he had 27 homers, 9 homers. He was injured a lot.
Yeah.
And then 39 homers. But those other 3 seasons, he played quite a few games. He was averaging about 34. He was on pace for about 35 homers a season the past 4 years with his hitting ratio. Yeah. And then he went nuts. Here's a little stat for you.
Okay.
Last year, Aaron Judge hit 62 homers. He was walked 111 times. He had basically 570 at-bats. The year that Bonds hit 73 is so insane. He was walked 177 times. So that means he only had 476 plate appearances to get 73. Judge had 570, 100 more plate appearances to get only 62.
Yeah.
Not only.
Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
Thank you, Melissa Etheridge there. How about an over-under Aaron Judge home runs for next season? I don't know if Vegas has this, but how about we establish one? Over, under, what do you want to put the number at?
He's probably going to be walked a lot more. He was walked 111 times. How about 45 or 44 and a half?
I'll take the under.
Okay.
What about 35 and a half?
No, how about 39 and a half?
Ooh.
That's too low. He had 69. 62. 62,
Yeah.
131.
I know. It's the greatest season of all time.
Let's go 44 and a half.
44 and a half. I'll take the under.
He's done that twice in his career.
I'll do under. And I don't have anything against Aaron Judge. I don't know him. I admired what he did. He bet on himself. Actually, he didn't have any. What were his options? I guess take a lower deal. He probably said no.
Gonna hold out?
I guess. It's like, all right, he bet on himself. And one of the great bets of all time, baseball history, bet on himself. Yes, Todd?
What if you took his 99 jersey number, because I like to play with numbers, and his 62 home runs and subtract the two, and there's where you get your 37 and a half maybe. Where would you go with that? For the over-under 37 and a half?
I'd go over, Todd. But thank you with the numerology here. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. As we hit the brakes there with the show,